system. I congratulate everyone on that committee and, of course, the Minister. Thank you.
Chris Bishop.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. Look, the House has canvassed this bill in quite some detail now. We canvassed the bill quite a lot of detail at the Justice Committee. Members will be aware it makes 3 reasonably small but significant changes to the Crimes Amendment Bill, and it looks like it's going to pass the House unanimously, which is very good. Other members have commented on the year-and-a-day rule and the spousal immunity to a crime after the fact. I want to make a brief contribution, sir, about blasphemous libel and freedom of speech, because it is interesting times for freedom of speech in New Zealand. And I think, I'm not sure if the House is going to pass this bill before the rising this year. I suspect we won't, given we're on the second reading. But at some point in the next few weeks and months, the House will pass this bill, and I think it's a good thing that we're doing that this year, or at least close to this year, because it has been quite an odd year for freedom of speech, and in some small symbolic way, the House is sending a message about the importance of Section 14 of the New Zealand Bill of Rights Act 1990, which of course codifies international human rights instruments and their commitment to freedom of speech. This year we've had the debacle of Don Brash being banned from speaking at Massey University. We've had the imbroglio over Mr Molyneux and the woman whose name I forget trying to speak at a venue in Auckland. And I think it's good that the Parliament will send a message that religion is not a reason to... religion is not immune from criticism, basically. And I note, sir, that the law hasn't been enforced, or hasn't at least been it hasn't been used since 1922. You need the Attorney General's permission to use the law anyway. It hasn't been used since 1922. And religion should not command respect because of the force of the law. Religion should command respect because of the precepts, because of the faith and the fellowship that it provides, because of the spiritual sustenance and nourishment that religion provides for those who have particular faiths. And of course, blasphemous libel back in 1922, when the Parliament of New Zealand, or before then when it was enacted onto the statute books, back then religion would have meant the Christian God, because the people who came to New Zealand first of all were predominantly of the Christian faith, the Church of England, I suspect, the C of E, as they call it. And of course we live in a pluralistic, multicultural, multi-religious society these days, with people who worship all sorts of gods and all sorts of deities and all sorts of faiths. And I think it's the Parliament sending a small, subtle... Don't forget what? Julius Vogel is correct. Yep, the Jewish Prime Minister, very well said. We're a country of many faiths and have been for quite a long time, as Andrew Little points out. And just as we head in towards Christmas, which is a Christian holiday, it's quite a nice, I think, subtle but important message for Parliament to send, that religion shouldn't command legal protection to be criticised or to be immune from criticism. It should command respect on its own merits. And no one of the Christian faith or of any faith has anything to fear from removing this small section from our statute books. It's a good thing to do. It looks like it's going to pass the Parliament unanimously, and I welcome that. I look forward to its passage through the House.
Greg O'Connor.
I think rise as a member of the